Hi Jilly and other lovely viewers as well. Let's talk sequels and series. I have had previous frustrations with the idea of a trilogy, and I made a video about how trilogies are not living up to my expectations anymore, and yet I keep reading them. So yeah, I have a couple sequels and continuation of series that I have to look forward to this spring, and I know it's still January, but I have to have something to look forward to in these cold times. The first sequel I'm looking forward to coming out chronologically is coming out in April 7th, and it is Miss Mayhem, the sequel to Rebel Belle. And Rebel Belle I had read when Katie, Vincent Van Stop, first talked about it, and I really liked it because to me it had a very Buffy vibe. This girl ends up suddenly inheriting these powers and not really knowing what to do with them and how to function, but kind of, you know, taking on that kick butt thing like you have to do when you're Buffy style. It's not Buffy, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I totally made it Buffy in my mind. Is it really Buffy-esque? Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm looking forward to the sequel of that, and I hope I still like it. Actually, I forget a lot about the first one now. I might have to go back and reread. Problem with reading, you know, series as they're still coming out instead of being so late to the game that everything's already out. Remember a second ago when I said that one was the first one to come out chronologically? First of all, I was wrong. And second of all, I'm not going to talk about these in chronological order at all, so that's the thing. I know the months of the year. I'm a teacher. I know things. So let's skip ahead to June, okay? At the beginning of June, just in time for a leisurely summer break. The third of the Paper Magician or Magician series books that I've been reading, the first one being The Paper Magician, the second one being The Glass Magician, comes out, and I believe it's called The Master Magician. So I am looking forward to that. I've been enjoying this trilogy. I've yet to make an actual review for it, but it's kind of a neat book series, and like, it's not the best thing I've ever read, but it keeps me going, and I think it's improving. Like, the first one was good, and I think the second one got even better. And the funny thing about that series, I just hit my chair behind me. The funny thing about that series is I'm totally casting it just based on TV shows that I watch or have watched. Like, the main character, Sione, I imagine is Spencer Hastings from Pretty Little Liars, and the guy, I imagine him as Damon from Vampire Diaries. And then in the second one, the main girl's friend shows up, and I was like, well, she's Spencer. They're totally describing this girl as Hannah from Pretty Little Liars, and is this a problem? I feel like this is a problem. Usually I don't do that, but I just can't imagine them any other way now. However, hands down, the one I'm most looking forward to, and the one that actually comes out chronologically first, March 3rd, is The Boy Who Lost Fairyland, which will be the fourth in the Fairyland series, September series, whatever you want to call it, that I have been begging you guys to read forever, and I know some of you guys have. The first book being The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making, they're all by Catherine Valente, which I might be butchering, but you know I love that series so much. But I'm kind of worried because on the cover of this one is a little dude, and obviously it's called The Boy Who, and I'm like, is September the main character that's been around for? Is September not going to be the main character in these? And I love September, but I think her writing style is so cool, and I love it so much. Like, I know I will love it, and I love all the characters that she makes, so I'm looking the most forward to that one. And that one, of course, isn't a trilogy, so I'm hoping it just keeps getting better and better. I feel like those trilogies have such a hard time with that third book, but I already made a video about that. So do you guys have any books that you're looking forward to a sequel coming out sooner than later? It's always fun to have a book to count down to. And speaking of, not new things, but I am definitely now counting down to October because apparently they're releasing illustrated versions of Harry Potter. I haven't researched it enough to know if there's just going to be illustrations throughout the whole thing or just new but pretty pictures, internet happening. Apparently they're going to release a new one every year. I needed a fifth set of Harry Potters, I guess. Jilly and other lovely viewers as well. I will talk to you later. Bye.